Welcome back, everybody. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. I got to be quick. So, how I judge, I've got five categories. We've got mild, wild, vaults, custom world, conceptual art. Now, let me explain these to you so you understand where I'm coming from. Mild merging, you're going to have 10 or less merges in there, okay? It's not going to be a ton of merging. Um, and this is more at the intermediate level, and that way people can participate, and then they end up meeting people like us who can teach them more advanced techniques. Now, wild. This is wild. That was stupid amounts of stacking rocks. This is wild. You've got 300 items on two foundations. That's a lot of crap going on there. That is a ton of merging. Now, vaults. That's building in a shelter, obviously. I want to know if it's built in a vault because look at the difference on those budgets. Holy crap. All right, and there's a few other advantages with building in a vault. You can float items in the air anywhere that you want. With that extra budget, you're able to multi-layer your ceilings, your floors, walls, whatever the heck that you want to do. And just to give you an idea, I'm just running through here real quick just to show you that that is a ton of freaking budget. Custom world, you have 400% building height, 200% camp radius, 150% budget. There's no collision. You can just shove items into other items, float them anywhere that you want, and look at the budget. You can have up to 4.5 times. That's 4.5 camps worth of budget if you go build in a vault in adventure mode. So, that's a lot. Our next category is conceptual art. That is going to be your vehicles, boats, spaceships, aircraft, pirate ship, whatever you've got floating in the air. If it's an island up there floating, but that's more of a conceptual art, and that is going to be on the advanced things. Or if you have a camp that is strictly forced perspective, where you can't explore the camp, but you're seeing it from a certain angle. That's conceptual art, okay? The reason that I'm doing this is that if I take an entry and it was built in regular adventure mode and has 500 budget, it is not fair to put that camp up against somebody who just built one in custom world where there is no collision, they don't have to merge anything, they can just shove items into other items, they have a huge massive amount of budget. It's just not fair to put those two camps up against each other. So that's why I have created these categories, and it's just to be transparent and uphold my integrity and honesty. There is no point in me doing a camp competition if I'm not being honest as I can about it. All right. Now, with that being said, I do expect the same thing from you. So if you're entering the contests, what I ask is, what platform are you on? And maybe we can hook you up with some other people that play on that platform, things like that. The other thing I want to know is it adventure mode or custom world? Is it a vault? Normally a vault, you can kind of tell. But, I ask these questions that way I can get some transparency from you guys. And the importance of that is being able to understand where you built it, how much budget you got, what the building restrictions were, and that way I can make it as fair as possible for you as well. I want you to be competing against other camps of your same category and same level of building. It's just not fair if I don't do it this way. And I hope that you guys understand that. Um, that's that's how it works, and that's how I'm basing it. So there you go. There's your answer on how I judge things. I hope that helps. Now it's time for me to be the dick that I don't like to be. So budget glitching is if you take items that don't count toward your budget and put them in your camp, that's budget glitching. If you manipulate the game in any way that increases your amount of budget, that's also budget glitching. Unfortunately, the votes won't count on this camp because of that. I did put up a camp, counted the items, stuffed them in there. It is over budget. I confronted them about it, and it is budget glitched, which is a shame because this took second place on TNG. Um, This would have been scoring very highly in my contest, and I am showing this to you guys because it is awe-inspiring. It is beautiful. Just don't lie about it, okay? I have one rule. Just don't lie. You can enter whatever you want. I don't care if it's glitched, bugged, whatever the hell that you do. I just want to be able to put it against other comparable camps with the same techniques. Great job, but the votes don't count. All right, now let's get down to it. In first place in the mild category is Chastity. Great job, girl. I'm proud of you on this one. So one of the big things that I wanted to do, which I haven't seen in other contests, is that I wanted to have like an intermediate section, and that way it allows other kind of intermediate knowledge builders to be able to see what other people in that category are doing. It kind of gives them a baseline to measure how they're doing and how they're learning. And it also brings people to the group, which my Discord primarily focuses on, one, having fun, but two, we are constantly teaching people things. And this is a prime example right here. Chaz is, she's an amazing person. I mean, she's a sweetheart, but she was really nervous about having to record her own stuff. And, you know, if you're part of the group or whatever, I'm happy to record for you. But she wanted to actually try it herself. And, you know, that can be terrifying sometimes when you start learning new things. You know, you're standing on the edge of the cliff and you're scared, but she jumped right in. And for her very first video, I think that she did a really good job. So she built her camp, filmed it, edited it, and yeah, that's pretty dang good. I am proud of you. Anytime that you're showing self-improvement is a good thing. So thank you very much, Chaz. Great job. Keep learning. We love the hell out of you. And fantastic job on getting #1. All right, now our conceptual art category. First place is going to go to 1,000 Paper Cuts. Amazing pirate ship. Now, the 1,000 Paper Cuts has had this camp for quite a long time. And I don't know for sure if he was the very, very first who made sales with the curtains, but it was about that time, you know, when we first started seeing these, and we think that he may be the first, but I don't know. Anyway, steal that freaking idea because it looks awesome. Another fantastic job. You know, and that's what makes these contests so difficult, because none of these are bad camps by any stretch of the means. And the higher up in that tier of difficulty that you start getting in everything, the harder it is to define first, second, third place, because they're just all so phenomenally well done. But this is a fantastic job. Congratulations, 1,000. You're a fantastic addition to the group and everything, and we've really enjoyed having you around. Good job. Thank you very much. Now we're going to move on to the wild category, and this category gave me mixed feelings. They are so good, and some of them are so close together with the amount of skill and creativity that it's just unbelievably terribly hard to judge these, you know. It's ridiculous. The competition is very, very tough. But tied at 5th place is the Akiras. Now, the exterior of this building, I love the front of it. I love the side that has exhaust fans on it. These sides I don't care for as much, just because I know that those are kitchen cabinets. But yeah, look at this one. With the fans on there and everything, it looks good. But yeah, the exterior, not necessarily my forte or anything, but I want you to check out. I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to show you the interior because it is redonkulous. So the interior work that they did is amazing. I mean, everybody knows who the Akiras are. They do phenomenal work. None of their camps are ugly by any stretch or standard, okay? And I want to be clear on that, because I don't like the outside of it, but that's just personal preference. You may absolutely love it. But one thing that is pretty much undeniable is the interior in this place. I would imagine 99% of people are going to see the interior and they're going to freaking love it. I love the grill in there. They put the teapot with the incense burner on that stove top. There is a little bit of chessboard peeking out there, and it's hard to hide sometimes. Um, Amazing job. I don't understand exactly where the Akiras get their inspiration from with the creative, or the creativity aspect and the creative ideas. Look at this bedroom. This is a gamer's freaking paradise, is what it reminds me of. And I would love to recreate this in some sort of like gaming room. Very well done. It baffles me every time I see one of the Akira's things, and some of the stuff, it's just because the amount of creativity and how they merge, different items and then make them look like something completely abstract or completely different from what it was intended to be. Fantastic. Awesome bathroom. I love that. Great job as always, and congrats. But it is a tie for fifth, and you're going to see why right now. Tied for fifth, Busting My Ashley. Amazing. I love this. It reminds me of a little hobbit hole or, hobbit style house. And this is amazing how the exterior, she got the rooms, the roof, everything butted up to that hill so smoothly. That sometimes, and you don't know, this is the problem when you're building in an area. Sometimes you can go do something like that in an area, and the roof sections, the walls, they'll butt right up to the actual terrain perfectly with no problems. And then other areas, it's a freaking nightmare. I don't know if this is a nightmare area or if it was just one of them things that, hey, everything snapped right in and you're good to go. In any situation, though, I love how it's blended into the terrain like that. Phenomenal job. The big thing for me on this one, and just like the Akira's camp, it's the interior. So let me go ahead and we're going to go fast forward and show you. So again, interior on this one, that's what sold me. It's gorgeous. I want to just go hang out in this camp and just chill. I'll pull up a seat right over there by the fireplace. You're going to see a fat pudgy teddy bear over there just hanging out and enjoying it. I love the interior on this place. I'm not exaggerating. I would be happy with just coming over and sitting there and hanging out. Absolutely love it. And again, people like the Akira's, Busting My Ashley, and so many others that I don't understand where they get some of their creative ideas. Their interior decorating is like totally next level. Nuka Violet, I haven't seen her in a long time. I hope that she's doing okay. But I was a huge fan. I never met her personally, but I was a huge fan of her videos. And she has lighting tutorials that are god tier. It's like the Bible for camp building and lighting. So if you haven't checked her out, check that out. But the different colors and stuff that people are using, the lighting, even filming this, Ashley, you've got the reflection of a light on the wall over there, and that's intentional. I memean, you can see how people utilize that during their video filming and editing, and phenomenal job. I absolutely love it. And I wish that I could give everybody a first place, but you are tied in fifth place with the Akira's. Fantastic job. This is beautiful. If you do happen to see a teddy bear squatting on your couch one day, don't worry about it. It's just me. So we're going to move on, and this one has a special place in my heart. So we've got fourth place, ND. Amazing. I don't have a lot to say other than wow. So this one holds a special place in my heart because I've actually built at this camp. Well, not camp. It's not a camp. It's just a location. He turned it into a camp, and he did a hell of a lot better job than I did. So when I tried coming over here and building, I didn't know the tricks of the trade or anything like that. I didn't even know how to merge at that point. So when I came over here, I tried building and I couldn't figure out how to make things work. So the boat's at an angle, obviously, and he utilized that. It was like a El Camino back end kind of on the back of that, and it is at an angle that goes well with the boat. So it's very hard to build on things that are at such steep angles and then incorporate it and make it look like it belonged there and it's a nice smooth transition. And ND, he doesn't disappoint. I mean, any camp that you've ever seen, none of them are bad. I mean, it's all just fantastic stuff. But the thing that stood out to me for this one, look at the stairs. You got a ramp going up to that level. Um, Everything, and you'll see once we get inside, there's multiple different layers of floor heights and stuff like that. And it's because he built on a crooked piece of crap, you know? I mean, let's just be honest. But the way that he incorporated the path that you take, where the stairs are at, everything just flows really well. And it doesn't seem like this janky, cobbled together build. So I absolutely like it. I was perving on it. This is a person that plays on PC, so I actually got to sneak over there and then, rub my bear costume all over everything. I'm sorry about the smell. I've been wearing it for a while, but it's a wasteland. It's fantastic, though. I love this build. I was over there hanging out and just chilling in the camp there for a little while. And it's got a really interesting vibe. You can see the boat right there in that living room space where, the boat had split. And everything's just so well mended together. That's what made it stand out. So another beautiful job, ND. You never disappoint. I love it when, somebody's like, hey, ND's got a camp, or, if you ask hey, you want to check this out? Like he's got that staircase on the left right there that goes up to another level. Here's another ramp right here. Transitions are smooth and everything. And when you've got that many different floor heights, it can be a pain in the ass. But that's how you do it like an expert. Fantastic job, man. Just hats off, brother. All right, up next, we've got Cowan Baby 902. So, third place, number one. Okay, I hate Enclave and Brotherhood stuff. I just absolutely cannot stand it. But look at the architecture. This is one of the few that have used build sets like this that I actually like. And that's just personal preference. I just don't like the Brotherhood kind of builds and enclavey stuff. It's because Bethesda did a kind of a poor job, but it's just personal preference. And this is one of the few that I actually really like. Now, one of the hard things in this game is balancing your actual structure with your interior as far as budget is concerned. And Cowan did a really good job. He put a heck of a lot of budget into the actual structure. So as big as the structure is, some of the areas aren't as densely packed with decoration, and that's understandable. It's you have to, everything's on the scales of justice. Do I, lean more toward the architecture or interior design? And he did a great job. So let's go ahead and fast forward, and I want to show you this special part. Now this is the part that still baffles me, and I'm trying to wrap my head around it. He made a mech out of a Mirelurk. Look at that. Look at the detail in it. It's unbelievable. So you managed to do this, and then look at the architecture above it with the roof. How much budget that was. And then that dome on top of there. A lot of people won't realize that because they're going to be looking at this mech, which, I mean, this is a budget killer and a half. So that's what I mean, you have to try to put everything on the scales of justice. Whether do I want to sacrifice my budget on the interior design, which is this mech, is part of that, or architecture, you know? So good use of the budget and everything. It's fantastic. I mean, just look at it. There's not, I don't have to say anything. Just fucking look at it. Fantastic job. That's amazing, man. Good job. Well, I never thought this location would come back to haunt me. Widow Bite in second place. Amazing job. And thank you for showing what it looks like before you actually put your camp up. 'Cause take a good look at that crooked boat. I mean, it's sitting at a side angle and a forward and reverse angle. So that makes it really, really complicated. I, again, have an affinity for this area because I tried to build here, and it was before I knew anything. I couldn't get it to work. Look at that. This is fantastic. Yeah, I couldn't get it to work at all. With the angles and everything that the boat sits on, you're going to have items that are floating, and there are a couple things that you're going to see in the video once we get to the interior, that there's a couple items floating, and it's just the nature of the beast because that thing is sitting at such a crooked angle, and the way that they had blended the walls into the actual structure of the boat, they did a fantastic job with, you know, merging everything together to look like it was one cohesive unit. I really, really enjoyed this one. Here is the front of it, which is definitely the favorite angle. For obvious reasons. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Well, it's a mess. It's a shitty mess, you know? But that's what makes it gorgeous. This is what just baffles me, though. Look at this. Unbelievable. They were able to get some of the things in here. Now watch when we come through the door. You see how the floor is at an angle. But they were able to get some of the things in here where it's on a separate floor. But it looked like it blended in nicely with the angle of the boat to that actual flat flooring. Right here. You can see how crooked that is. But they managed to decorate it and everything in a manner that, well, it speaks for itself. It looks like it was a natural fit. And I couldn't do that. When I was over here trying to build like that, I didn't know anything about building yet, and it looked like ass. It was so bad that my OCD couldn't handle it. I had to delete the whole freaking camp. This is beautiful. I absolutely love this. What a fantastic little scene that you've created. And that's the fun thing about building camps. I mean, we're taking nothing and then creating a little scene. And that one definitely tells a story. Amazing job, Widow Bite. You came out of left field swinging, and you got it. Now for the most unexpected win is Humble Trav. Now, I have to put this into perspective for you guys, okay? There's a lot going on. It looks fairly simple, fairly clean, yet rustic on the outside. It's just so much crap going on with this. And the first thing I want you to understand, he has been building for 6.5 months, okay? Now, Trav is just baffling me with what he decided to do, okay? You see the holes in the roof there. Everything's kind of broken up. And he does flip back and forth between the images. Now you can see he's got that roof section on there. And you'd think, well, that doesn't look all that special. That is wall decor. That's not a roof, that is wall decor. So he had to float wall decor to create his own roof patches. The structure on the right that we're looking at. Here we go. That entire roof and everything, that's wall decor. That's not roofing. And what an awesome texture that it gives. I didn't think to make an entire roof out of it. I thought I'd use it to maybe patch some holes or something like that. But to create an entire roof structure out of this and then fill the holes in the pre-existing stuff, um, that's amazing. He's got dual barn doors on the front of that garage. So that took a blueprint. Um, Absolutely amazing how he's done though. Look at that. That's all wall item. Not anymore. Trav's like, nope, putting that shit up on the roof. Um, there you go with the double barn doors. That's awesome because those doors do not exist in that structure, okay? He threw the car in there. Everybody chilling inside of it. It's ridiculous. There's so much merging and effort and thought into all of this. What's cool too is that Trav, I think this is his fourth video recording, maybe? Um, so yeah, he's been building for 6.5, 7 months, something like that. But he has reached out to both Cowan and myself and was asking about editing and how to do it. And, you know, together we've walked him through using CapCut and some other video editing stuff and, you know, pointers on how to film. And that's a big part of our group. You know, we're always trying to help teach each other. It's not like I'm the best at filming or editing or anything like that. I'm all self-taught. But it is a lot of experience, and you know, you can learn from my mistakes. I can at least point out the very, very horrible way to approach it, which is, you know, exactly how I learned. Um, this is a fantastic job, though. And he is one of them people that's constantly growing to where now he's filming his own stuff. He was editing it. This is crazy. Look at this. So a lot of people might not realize these shelves and stuff are there in the pre-existing structure. You can't merge anything on that. You can't pick that shelf up and put it on a pressure plate. You see all the items on there. So you gotta ask yourself, well, how the hell did he do that? All those shelves are full. And I went through there with a fine-tooth comb to see if there was anything that was, you know, clipping through or floating or anything like that. And he nailed it. It's absolutely amazing. There was one thing, and it was that crab trap. It was clipping through the shelf just a little bit, and I pointed it out after he had submitted it, and he has since fixed it. But that was literally the only thing that I seen that had any kind of floating issue or anything. I mean, hats off. I cannot believe that you haven't been building for a freaking year, and then you take a pre-existing structure, you throw roofs on it, you put walls inside of walls, you decorated all the shelving and everything, you put a car in it that people can sit in, you added your own garage door to the structure. I mean, this is about as custom as it gets. Now, what really is amazing is the time that it took for him to actually get all of these things that you're seeing floating. Everything that was attached to a wall had to be blueprinted and then floated up by, you know, upmerging from your camp. So how the heck did he do it? Let's go ahead and just, we're going to pause and I'm going to fast forward to it. This is ridiculous. So the first time that I got to see how he did it was actually watching the video. I knew how he was doing it. I had peeked under there when he first started, but I didn't want to spoil it for myself. I was excited about this build. This is one of the locations that I actually want to build. But look at what he had to do. So he's got things set on conduits. That's what's up on the shelves up top. All of that crap, because you can't grab those shelves and merge things into them. He has floated things off of conduits, thrasher eggs, probably a spatula, maybe a dildo in there somewhere. Who knows what you find in the wasteland, but you know, you got to use what you got. This is a hot mess. That would terrify me, picking that up and then trying to show you guys, because I know that my dumbass would accidentally delete it and then I'd start crying profusely. Yeah. Nah, this is amazing. Unbelievable. And, you know, the amount of time that he's been building, but again, you know, he hooked up with a group full of camp builders and he's not afraid to ask questions. So he's learned a lot of techniques. And he used the hell out of this one because it's a prefab. You know, a lot of the prefabs and stuff, you try to set something on the ground and it pops up through the roof. There's so much that can go wrong with building in a prefab. And this brilliant bastard says, oh, yeah, it is a pain in the ass. Nah, that's fine. I'm just going to use wall decor for my roofs, you know? And it was hilarious because he made a comment the one day. He's like, yeah, I'm thinking about going and dropping a nuke. And we're like, for what? He's like, well, I got to place a wall down. You know, and that's how tedious his brain is. He's like, well, you know, if the server lags from a nuke or something like that, maybe it'll give me the ability to place a freaking wall. And we should all take time here. Look at that, all that's on Thrasher eggs. But we should all take time to thank Bethesda for making such a high quality building system where people are like, hey, you need to put that wall down? Ah, let's just go drop a nuke. Amazing job, man. I can't believe it, Trav. It blew me away. Congrats on the #1. I never expected this one, man. You just started building. Fantastic work. So with categories all put to the side, this is what Discord votes were. Here's what my votes were as the top 5. And this is just negating all categories. And no matter what, though, everybody, phenomenal job. I mean, it's amazing to be able to see these camps, get to go through and really analyze them like on a judging level. You get to see much more detail when you spend that kind of time getting intimate with what people are building. And it's absolutely amazing. I'm baffled at the quality and some of the creativity that I've seen, and it gave me a lot of ideas doing it also. So thank you very much, everybody, for participating. And don't forget, we are always available in the Discord. Go ahead and join if you have any questions or need to learn something. You know, whatever it is, come hang out. That's what we do. And if you haven't seen this video that has been playing in the background and the music, that is a music video that the group made for Halloween. Coleo supplied the music. I supplied all the set creation and everything, and then, you know, we obviously had actors and stuff like that volunteered from the group. But yeah, this is some of the capabilities of, you know, what we like to do and enjoy. I would love to enter this into a camp building contest, but how the hell do you enter something that has, you know, 5 different movie sets and music attached to it? But, you know, that's part of the thing. There are no contests for Fallout 76 music video compilations. Go figure. So, yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun. But this is some of the crap that we do. Come hang out, enjoy it. I love you guys, and I can't believe all the support that I've been getting. It's overwhelming and truly an honor. Thank you.